Folks, it's May 23rd, 2023. It's a Tuesday. I am in Groton, Connecticut. I am going to do a drive around, and I have a green light, so I gotta jump on this thing. Well, not as easy as I thought. But if I get lucky, barely made it. Anyways, I'm in Groton, Connecticut, and I'm just going to do a drive around, try to capture some of the scenery in Groton. Right now I'm on Route 12, and I am heading southwest. It's kind of a windy day today. It's, 70 degrees right now, approximately. As we cruise down Connecticut Route 12 in Groton, Connecticut, towards some of the nicer areas in Groton. Groton's a beautiful town. There's a lot of areas where, waterfront property, and Groton Long Point, for example, things like that. Eastern Point is a beautiful location in Groton. There's a lot of... I'm not going to be able to cover everything today, obviously, but I'll get a few things done. We're right in the middle of a kind of a heavy business district. Fast food restaurants on both sides of the street. There's car dealerships all over this area. Gas stations, grocery stores, every conceivable modern day convenience you could ever want is available down in this strip that I'm driving on right now. It's a decent amount of traffic for a Tuesday. If I took a right, that where it says New London, I would go over the Gold Star Bridge. I did that the other day, and I have a video on my channel featuring that bridge. But this, I wanted to concentrate a little bit on Groton. I've done some Groton work in the past, these drives that I do, but I want to update everything to high resolution. I've mentioned this in the past, 4K, really super high definition video, so it kind of future proofs my drives from being able to be viewed, decades from now and having it still be crystal clear. Still on Route 12. Looks like a freshly paved road ahead of me, directly ahead of me. Driving around Groton, there's a lot of choices I can make, but I'm going to have to stick to the highlights if I can. Bluff Point is in Groton. That's a absolutely beautiful place to take I don't know if I would call it a hike, just a walk. There's kind of a path, a dirt path, and it might be 1.5 miles or 2 miles. I don't know. a decent walk at Bluff Point, but you're rewarded with, gorgeous scenery. I mean, it's you're on top of a kind of a cliff, and you're looking down over the Long Island Sound. It's beautiful. A lot of red lights in Groton, a lot of traffic lights. There should be, because there's tons of traffic in this area. But again, brand new paved road. We're on Long Hill Road right now, by the way. I haven't been down a Long Hill Road in quite a while. I would say a couple of years. So I'm sure there's some changes down here. A lot of new construction, a lot of, different businesses coming in here. Way back in the 70s, if I was to take a right into this little plaza, Lighthouse Square to my right here, Ronna Pippin's was there. That was a disco, at the height of the disco era. Ronna Pippin's was considered in this area the most, high-end discotheque, as they used to call them. I think I went there once, maybe twice. I mean, they had these big frogs, and there was a really nice place, well designed. But, when disco went out of fashion or, disappeared, so did Ronna Pippin's. All right. That's why they call it Long Hill Road. We're on a big, long hill. It's a pretty good panoramic view in front of us, though. There's, again, stores, banks, clothing, Dollar Tree, pet supplies, mobile phone stuff, everything you can think of. To my left, Chinese food. What else is over there? Nail spa, package store, Planet Fitness, Aldi's, Goodwill. It goes on and on and on. Wendy's on my right. All the conventional chain restaurants and businesses you'd find in any town USA are right down here. But this is Long Hill Road. Your Dunkin' Donuts, all these chains are located down here. It's the same with any town. Used to be a theater down here. It was a single screen. I'm sure I don't know if it's still there or not. I don't see it. Let me see. No, I don't see it. It's probably gone. What a shame. I saw Jaws there back in 1975 when it opened on a single giant screen. Okay, I'm kind of heading down to let's see here, the Bluff Point area. But I don't think I'm going to go down there because I can't. I'll just end up in the parking lot and you really can't see anything. The Spot restaurant to my left. Yeah, I'm just going to keep forging ahead on this road right here, which is Pequannock Road. There's an airport down. I might take a cruise up here and then come back this way and get down to the Eastern Point area. Beautiful trees around here. This little village, Fort Hill. Now I'm on Fort Hill Road. Yeah, Dairy Queen is down here. It's been down here for, I don't know, as long as I can remember. On the left, I'm sure you can see this. Oh yeah, it's a really old Dairy Queen. If I took my right at this light here, that would bring me to Bluff Point. So if you want to take a walk someday down on the Bluff Point, trail or pathway down there, that's where you would go. This Dairy Queen is really cool. The old building, I don't know how old it is, but it's one of the originals. And there is a Town of Groton Community Center to my right. The library, the Groton Town Library, which is a beautiful library. I liked it so much. I live in Norwich. I used to go to the Groton Library. It's a long time ago. I used to go there frequently, probably once a week. That's how nice that library was. But I'll have to admit, I don't do a lot of library stuff in modern times, with books being available online and the world of Kindle and everything. So, whoa, there's either a massive amount of traffic up in front of me, or maybe I don't know, school bus or something going on up there. We don't want to get caught in any big, huge traffic jam. Other little stores to my left. There's some kind of a smoke shop over there. Jude's Diner is over there. On my left. I'm trying to see what else is there. There's a pub. Ryan's Pub. It's an Irish pub. To my left. Looks pretty cool. What else is over there? Liquor Palace. That's a good name. Palace. Bridge Pizza and Deli. Okay, what is this thing? There's a sign up here. Noank is 4 miles. Groton, Long Point is 4 miles. Mystic is 5 miles. So you're close to everything. I don't know whoa. I got to keep my eyes on this traffic situation. If this is going to be some kind of a nightmare scenario, I may have to bail out of this thing. It looks okay up ahead. Once we get through this next red light, I think it's going to be, it's all good. To the left of me is a beautiful park. I'll see if I can find the name of it in Groton. They play soccer out there. There's a track. You kind of run around, walk around, whatever. I think it says, let me get up a little closer, see if I can read this sign. Pequannock Plains Park. Pequannock Plains Park. Absolutely beautiful. You gotta go. Well, I think they may play baseball, football. I don't know. There's some kind of building over there with a big scoreboard next to it. I'm driving, trying to keep my eyes on the road. So, Grosso Tech is on my right. That's a really beautiful technical high school. I mean, if you graduate from Grosso Tech, the minute you set foot out of the door after graduation, you're going to get a job, because you're going to have a technical skill, and the need for that right now is, pretty dramatic. So yeah, you can walk right down to electric boat, for example, and you'll jump ahead of the pack, because you'll be trained in your field. You won't be some newbie off the street. You're going to be you're going to have a technical education under your belt. So that's I like technical high schools for that reason. Somebody wants to jump into a trade, that's the way to go. Start early. Fitch High School. On my right. Not going to go in there, but you can see the sign right there. Maybe that was the holdup. Everybody's getting out of school. Maybe that had something to do with that traffic back there. I don't know. Seems to me there's somebody directing traffic, letting cars out of Fitch. So yeah, it's 2:34 p.m. right now. So that explains the situation we find ourselves in. There's a police officer down maybe 5 or 6 car lengths ahead of me right now, directing traffic. And maybe it's, he's going to let some of, all right, he's going to let us go here. You'll get to see him in a minute. This camera should pick him up. There he is, right there. As I head down to the Groton Long Point area, there's something called Town of Groton. Oh, Town Hall Annex. Must be a satellite of the Town Hall in Groton. I'm on Groton Long Point Road right now. I'll do a quick sweep through Groton Long Point, which is a beautiful area. This whole area down here, very picturesque. Another place to take a cruise in the fall for the foliage would be this area right here. Look at those beautiful houses. Wow. Really, really nice. High-end construction down in this area. As far as residential, I mean, to the left of me, you can't see it. It's kind of up in the woods there a little bit. It's got to be a $3 or $4 million property at least. It's massive. I mean, very, very beautiful area right here on Groton Long Point Road. If I took a left just up ahead here, that would bring me into Noank, which is another gorgeous town. Little village right on the water. Incredible views of a large body of water, which is visible to us right now. I don't know if you're able to see it. We'll get closer. It's kind of off in the distance to the naked eye. If this camera will pick it up, but it's a very wide lens, so. Yeah, I gotta watch my speed down here. They dial it back to 25 miles per hour or so. There's a nice beach down here on the left. Esker Point Beach. They have band concerts down there in the summer, and it's usually very crowded. But we're heading into the Groton Long Point area right now. I'm going to do a quick sweep of the area, and then we'll head back out and cover some other areas in Groton. There's a sign to my left says Groton Long Point, established 1921. Really great place to walk, a lot of fantastic visuals out here. Very valuable property on my right because they have water views, big beautiful houses. There's speed bumps here. There's little beaches to my left. There's this cement wall is probably going to block your view a little bit. But there's little tiny mini beaches for these houses. Residents can get down there and enjoy that little tiny beach. People doing yard work down here. I'm just doing a general drive through this area. There's a lot of side streets. I could do a, super comprehensive coverage of this area if I wanted to. I'm not going to do that today. This is more of a general. Somebody's giving me the stop signal way up ahead. There's more construction. Beautiful new house. They are putting in, some kind of cement, large cement. Maybe it's edging for a sidewalk or something. I can't tell from this distance, but the house is brand new. They're working on something up there. Big project. Being waved through. Thank you. This is East Shore Avenue right here. Water's a little rough. There's some wind out there today. Lady walking her dog. To my left. Sprigs and Twigs doing the landscaping back there for one of those homes. People maintain their property in this area absolutely meticulously. These houses on my right have gigantic panoramic views, super wide panoramic views of a beautiful beach. This is high-end property everywhere you look, to the left, to the right. There's just no way of getting around it. I mean, if you want to buy a house on Groton Long Point, it's going to cost, especially in today's atmosphere with real estate prices being really through the roof the last 2 or 3 years. If you want to live down here, it's going to cost some serious cash. There's a tennis court out there. Right in front of me. Nobody playing tennis at the moment. Good place to ride a bike. Nice and level out here. You don't have to worry about a lot of hills. I'll take a ride down the end here. Again, I'm not going to do a ultra comprehensive every single solitary side street and everything. I can't do that today, unfortunately, but I'm sure at some point down the road I'll cover it. Somebody is putting a new roof on a house to my right. There's a stop sign down here, a legit stop sign that wasn't here the last time I drove down here. One of the workers looking at my GoPro camera on my front of my car. Again, that happens. I've mentioned that before. Look at these these houses. There's a lot of new construction down here. I mean, if there's a little postage stamp of land, people are grabbing it, and they are building incredible new houses. I believe this is a dead end if memory serves me here. Yep, right in front of me used to be there were no homes there. Now there's 3 new houses. Okay, I gotta turn around. You can see the water there. But I gotta bail out of here. This is a kind of a tight spot. All right. Okay, well, let's work our way back out of the Groton Long Point, beautiful Groton Long Point area. I mean, look at that house. It's got like a built-in little lighthouse on it. A lot of home improvements going on around this area. There's the roofers right there to the left. Let's see, let me get this car. I want to see the brand of this. There's a guy with a Maserati to my left back there. It looked like a real special vehicle. There's really a variety of ways I can go here. I'm going to get out of here. I'm going to take a left. You can see the cove there, right there. Go over this little bridge. Yeah, I'm going to go straight. Groton Long Point Casino. I don't think it's really a casino. I mean, I doubt it. It's a small building to my left back there. I just saw a police car. They monitor very, very heavily around this area. So when you come to a stop sign, you make a full 100% stop. You look both ways, and you proceed forward. That way, you don't have to worry about getting a ticket. But they do have speed bumps, like right there. Don't know if you caught that bounce, but it's there. They're all over the place, these things. All right, we'll get a decent view of the water, I think, if I'm high enough. Directly in front of us, right there. A couple of people walking, going out for a walk. There's a lighthouse across the way. That's a legit lighthouse, not a house with a lighthouse attached to it. Like, a residence. That's an actual functional working lighthouse. Another guy looking at my camera. I love it. It's, it's just a thing. It attracts attention. There's no way around it. To my right, you can see some of the water. You see some of the salt water. There's that little beach I was talking about, that little tiny thing. They got kayaks, a little boat pier sticking out there. Another speed bump. Oh, for sale. Right on the water to my right back there. And we're going to work our way out. There's another area to my left, but these drives, I could end up with a 9-hour drive. It's just not feasible. I have to kind of pick and choose my little destination. Wow, there's guys to my left. I wish I could see all the stuff. They're standing on these, I don't know, like surfboards. I'm not sure what they're called, but it's pretty cool. As a matter of fact, let me pull into this parking lot. I'm going to try to give you a look at these people on these whatever they're called. Whoa, wrong parking lot. Now I got to go to the next one up. This is for the Fisherman Restaurant. And I don't want to go to the Fisherman Restaurant right at the moment. I want to see those folks. Man, this is going to be kind of tricky to get out of here. But I think I can pull it off. All right. Okay, let me pull into I don't know if this is going to... I'm trying to get closer to the water to get a decent look at the folks on the standing surfboard devices. I'm sure there's a technical term for these things that I'm not aware of. Yeah, they're kind of way out there right now. But there's a conventional kayak, but if you can, I don't know if you can make that out. Way out there in the distance is people, 2 conventional kayaks, and the rest of the folks, 1, 2, 3, 4, are either standing or kneeling on these kind of surfboard-looking things. Looks like fun. I mean, it's a little windy today for that kind of thing. If you're going, kind of against the wind, I think it would be difficult, but... All right, now. We'll jump on the main road. Another tricky little spot to get out of if anybody's flying down the road. Okay. Again, if I took that right there, I would go to Noank. I'd be in Noank probably in 2 minutes. And another right up here, I would be in Noank. But I was thinking about going down towards the Eastern Point Beach area, maybe near past the airport down there in Groton. So yeah, we're back on Groton Long Point Road right now, and let's see what happens. Let's see what happens here. I should probably pull into Fitch High School briefly if the traffic is diminished from what it was earlier, to get a look at the new construction. There's been a lot of new construction, new buildings last year, maybe, I think, or maybe 1 or 2 years ago they were completed. I think it's worth a look if I can pull it off. Let's forge ahead and see if we can slip in there. It's a decent sized hill right here. I'm ascending. Towards Fitch High School. Gotta keep my eyes open for that turn. I think it's coming up here soon. And there it is. Okay. I am completely unfamiliar with the grounds at Fitch High School. I didn't go to Fitch. I live in Norwich. Well, anyways, there's some cool stuff right there to see. This place emptied out pretty rapidly. Let me swing around here and sweep back and get a good view, kind of a wider view of that school. There's athletic fields and things out there. I'm not really sure. It looks like a soccer field. Other huge buildings. It might take me a while to do Fitch. I don't know. To cover Fitch. But there's some of it. That's probably the old... That's probably the older school. I mean, just the naked eye tells me it's not new construction. I have no idea what's down here. Well, there's one thing that's down here that doesn't thrill me. This is one of those police vans. I don't feel like being pulled over and asked, what is this camera you have on your car? So I think there's another entrance up here, or a way I can navigate my way around. Alright, here's another look. Pretty good look at the old Fitch. If you went there, welcome to Fitch High School. Big sign. Not 100% sure where I'm going here, folks, but bear with me. Okay, there's the side of that building. They got really intense speed bumps bolted into the road. And I can drive around them. I'm sure I'm not the only one that's ever done that, but again, I got to keep my eyes open because I don't know where I'm going around here. All right, there's another entrance right there. Sign up there that says gym. This is like some kind of a yeah, this must be there's signs all over the place that say gym. So I think this is the older, all speculation, the older part of the school. Another field, I don't know, football field? Maybe, to my left. Maybe a baseball field. Let me get a look at it. Okay, there's a nice baseball field to my left. Right there. I hope you can see some of it. But I'm going to turn around. You know, I'm not 100% sure which direction to go. But yeah, there's more fields. There's a lot of athletic, tennis courts and all kind of stuff. I can't really go down there. I'm going to work my way out of here, try to get towards that new construction that I saw. I don't know how it connects. It may be a separate entrance. I'll find out momentarily. But if we get down this way, this will afford a better view of the back of this building. The old, original Fitch High School. I'm guessing. Once we see the new modern building, you'll see the difference is dramatic. As I drive around the speed bumps, plenty of room to drive around them. Except for here. There's no way to get around this one, but that's not bad. All right, now I'm going to get off the grounds here and attempt to work my way over to that new section. Maybe it's not even Fitch High School. Maybe it's some other school or some other building of some kind. We're going to find out. I don't have a decent knowledge of all things Groton. I just don't. I'm not a Groton resident, so... All right, let's see. What is this? Right here. St. Mary. Okay, this is a church. I don't know how to get over to that. Those buildings I was talking about. Really nice church. Wow. Now that's cool. Let me go right up to this thing. To my extreme right are these large buildings. Well, let's get a look at St. Mary's, Mother of the Redeemer Church. All right, so we got that. Real big parking lot for the church. Gonna try to get over to those other buildings. What are they? I do not know. Groton Town Police directly in front of me. There's probably a way to get to those buildings through the Fitch High School area that I was just driving around, because I don't see any entrances here. Let me look over. All right, there's big fields. I don't know. We may not be able to. Maybe it was Grosso Tech I was looking at. Sorry for the confusion, but I do not know how to get to those buildings that I was talking about, so there's not a whole heck of a lot I can do about it at the present moment here. We're gonna drive down to Eastern Point, the Eastern Point area, and maybe past the airport. It's possible if I kept going past the old Fitch, the original building, I would have been able to get to those newer buildings, but I have no idea. I really don't. I'll have to look into that. Looks like a Jewish temple down there in front of me. Okay, let me... St. Andrew. Well, maybe it's not Jewish. I don't know what that is. All right, there's the large buildings to my left. You can't see them. I can see them. How do you get to them? I don't know. There's nothing I can do about it. That's okay. It's not the end of the world. It could be Grosso Tech. I don't know. There's that Pequannock Park to my right. Pequannock Plains Park. Yeah, that's really beautiful. 3:04 p.m. right now. A lot of traffic right down in this area at the moment. You know, I'm closer to the shore, so it's cooled off significantly. It's 63 degrees down here, as opposed to, it was about 70 when I left. It's quite a change. The closer you get to the shore, it tends to cool off, obviously, but that's a 7-degree drop, so that's bigger than normal. Again, if I take a left at this location, that would bring me directly to Bluff Point. On the right is that historic old Dairy Queen, so definitely a place, a couple of little places to check out if you're in the area. Dairy Queen currently packed. The parking lot is absolutely full. Look at that traffic. All right, there's a turn, a very important turn. Ah, there it is. We obey all the traffic rules and everything. Sometimes people say you go through stop signs. You don't stop completely. You're always going through stop signs. There is possibly some creative editing I do occasionally that makes it appear that I'm rolling through a stop sign, but I stop. Okay, now, what is that? Pequannock Bridge something church. I could barely make out that sign. I'm on South Road right now in Groton, Connecticut. And I'm cruising slowly down the road here. There is a small train bridge that I'm going to go under. Right about now. Actually, there's a boat launch down here. Let's take a look. It says boat launch. All right. There it is. I'm just going to turn around. But there's a glance at that. I could get right down to the water, but I don't think it's worth. I don't think it's worth it. It's very. There's a lot of gravel, and I don't know. Whoa! I think I'm going out the wrong way. I don't know. There's an arrow pointing in this direction. I see no other way out of here, so. Let's get back onto South Road. Go into this little train bridge. It's wet. Very wet with big potholes under here. I'm pretty sure directly in front of us is going to be that airport I was talking about. Yeah, it is. That's the airport. It's a landing field right in front of us. Way over to the left, you probably can't see it, but across the water there is Bluff Point. All right, it looks like a Lear jet out there. A couple of them. Air Force One, the president's plane landed there once. Bill Clinton came to Norwich years ago. They landed there. So that airport can accommodate a very large jet. Some little Piper Cubs and smaller planes back there to my left. This is called the Mystic Jet Center over there. I don't know, if they sell things there, or I don't know. I have no idea. There's a big sign. It says Groton, New London Airport right there in front of us. Trying to read some of the stuff on these buildings. There's a helicopter there. It's kind of a showpiece or whatever. Beautiful. This is Tower Avenue that I'm on at the moment. Railroad crossing. Big, beautiful red barn over there on my right-hand side. All right, I got to take a left. This puts me on Thomas Road. There's a laboratory back there on my left. Marsh to my left. Off at Thomas Road. Now it says entering city of Groton. Well, I thought we were in Groton. Entering city of Groton? Well. Go under another train bridge as we get off at Thomas Road and we jump onto Shannicosset Road. There's a golf course up here. It used to be called Shannicosset Golf Course. I assume it still is. I don't know, but Avery Point is coming up here on the left pretty soon. A lot of boat launches in this area. Bayberry Lane. If you get on there, there's a big boat launch. There's another one on, I couldn't read the sign back there, but this boat launch is all over this area. Let this gentleman cross the strait. Pine Island Marina. Yeah. If you're into boating, this is your spot right down in this area. And Avery Point directly to our left. I should probably take a little cruise around. Let me see here. This is another tricky little turn. Yukon Avery Point. Let's keep our fingers crossed and hope that security doesn't get suspicious of a guy driving around with a camera on his car. That's a pretty cool scene right there. Boats, little gazebo. There's a small beach down there. Across the river is New London. I am going to do a very, very quick sweep around here. I see two police cars up ahead of me. That's never a thrill because, again, at the risk of repeating myself, I'm driving around with a camera on the front of my car that's very visible. And it sticks out like a sore thumb. So if a police officer wanted to pull you over and question you, what are you doing? They'd have every right to do it. Let me get up here, see if we can get a view of there's some nice sculptures out there. There's the Long Island Sound. If I get right up to the top, I think you can probably see, that's about the best view I can get without driving on the grass. So, and there's a working lighthouse to our right if I get over this hill. Yep, there it is. There's a pretty good view right there. The lighthouse, beautiful lawn, and some of the sound. But that's it. That's a good look at the campus. Some more buildings right there. Yukon at Avery Point. The Weicker building is down here. Project Oceanology. And the campus exit. So we're going to follow the campus exit. Wow, there's a bunch of Canadian geese. Hope you can pick them up on the right-hand side there. Sometimes I say left, sometimes I say right, and it's a mistake. That happens. I'm doing this stuff on the fly in real time, and I do make mistakes periodically. Not a lot, but they're there. I'll try to correct them in the editing process if I can. Sometimes I just upload the video as is, mistakes and all, because if I took the time to go over hundreds and hundreds of hours of footage for every single solitary word that I said, it would be just, it's not a feasible process. I do a general sweep. If I know I made a huge mistake, I'll try to correct it. And you can see that in my videos, but I can't do them all. I can't correct everything. It's just not possible. All right, let's take a left on Beach Pond Road. This leads down to the really nice area where there's band concerts. It's right on the water. Eastern Point Beach. I don't think I can go in there. I'm not a resident of Groton. I don't know. Let me take a look. I wouldn't mind doing a little sweep. Attention. Beginning Memorial Day weekend. Weekends will require beach pass. Okay, so we can... I'm just going to do a quick drive around the parking lot. It's a small area, but it's beautiful. If you live in the area anywhere, or if you're passing through, you gotta just come down here. There's a house out there. I forget the name of it, but it's on a little tiny island. It's actually a house on a. When I say tiny, I mean, you know, micro tiny. But there's a house out there built on that thing. Major league speed bumps out here. All right, we can get a good... Let me get you a look at that house. Right about there, directly in front of us. You can probably see that. I hope. Again, this wide lens. Let me pull right up to the water. Gotta get a little spot here where there's no blockage from any of these benches. There you go. It's a lighthouse in New London, right across. I don't know if that's technically the river or Thames River or Long Island Sound, but there it is. And then there's that real cool old... It used to be a home, I believe, but I don't know what it is now. I don't know if it's occupied. I think there might be little refreshments and things in there in the summer. Right there. That's really nice. It's called, I didn't know this, Tyler House, 1904. So that's pretty cool. And directly in front of us is Eastern Point Beach. It's an actual sandy beach. Really cool place to hang out right there. See that beach? There it is. Really, really cool. I've done some photography down here, long exposure photography, and in that building right there, the Stefan Zabursky house, right on that porch, that front porch, they have band concerts, really good bands. Right on the water. I mean, it doesn't get much better than that. Looking forward to some of those this year. Haven't seen the schedule come out yet for the summer season, but okay, what road am I on now? Let's take a look. This is, right now, the street I'm driving on, and the name of this is, as I wait for my, I'm always waiting for my GPS to kick in, Shore Avenue. Makes sense, we're right on the shore. Groton, Connecticut, Shore Avenue, cruising down the road, 3:23 p.m. This whole area, if you're down here, Shinnecock Golf Course to my right, this whole area, if you live anywhere in the area, even if it's a little drive for you, come down here, park, and just walk around. The scenery is fantastic. I mean, I'm not getting it all on this drive with this camera, because my head, I'm looking left and right and seeing all the cool stuff. This camera can only point straight ahead. But trust me, this is an area you want to hang out in at least once this summer. Look at these mansions. I mean, there's no other way to describe some of these houses. All right, we're going to take a left onto Eastern Point Road. That was Meach Avenue that I was just on there. I'm on right now until I pull onto Eastern Point Road. All right. Some pretty big industries down here in this area. Pfizer is down here. To my right and left, a lot of Pfizer properties. A lot of new construction. There it is, Pfizer Research and Development Laboratories. Big oil tanks on my left. Eastern Point Road. I'm going to turn off of Eastern Point Road right now. And I'm going to get on. Let's see, what is the name of this? This is still Eastern Point Road. Okay. Even though I turned, it's still Eastern Point Road. Gigantic buildings to my left, which, if I'm not mistaken, contain submarines that are being built by the Electric Boat Company, General Dynamics. So I'm on the grounds. To the left and to the right of me is Electric Boat, General Dynamics. Are people getting out of work now? If that's the case, then traffic could be an issue. We'll find out. Got to drive real slow because people are crossing the street and they have priority. Maybe second shift is coming on duty now. I'm not really sure what the hours are down here, but there's some activity. Sometimes I'll drive down here and it'll be, dead quiet. Here's the main gate, or it was the main gate. Back in the old days, I worked here for one summer. Look at those motorcycles to the right. All right, we're going to get off Eastern Point Road once this red light turns green. And we're going to get on, let's see, with Thames Street. Yeah, this is a real nice street. More big, huge, metal structures to my left, housing submarines. Groton, Connecticut, the submarine capital of the world. Gold Star Bridge way off in the distance there as I drive down Thames Street. Thames Street directly on the Thames River. New London right across the river from here. The city, Bank Street and, the real city of New London, the city portion, downtown, let's put it that way. Paul's Pasta down here on the left. That place has been an iconic go-to place for probably decades now. I mean, I remember being there for as long as I can remember. Always packed. Another view of the Gold Star Bridge. Catch glimpses of it over there to the left. I'm going to turn into this little area right here if I can to try to get a real good view of the Gold Star Bridge with this camera, and then I'm going to just close up shop and end the video and shut it down and call it a day. I think I covered a decent amount of territory in Groton, which is what I wanted to do. But let's whip around here and get a good view of that. I wish those little trees and overgrowth in front of us wasn't there. Actually, let's go over here a little bit. Okay, see those cranes and everything? That's the State Pier in New London. And that's the city of New London. The downtown portion of New London. But we'll end it off with a look at the Gold Star Memorial Bridge right there. That's huge. And actually in front of it is a little train bridge as well. Folks, I hope you enjoyed the ride. We covered a decent amount of territory. But I gotta shut it down now. I'm running out of batteries and all kind of stuff with my camera, but I'm glad you came along. Thanks for joining me, folks.